Today's episode is brought to you by Ginny Homestead, LLC, a place to connect with nature yourself, offering farm stays, goat yoga, and homestead building skills. Be sure to check out ZiggyandVineHomesteadLLC.com. Welcome to Figuring Out Homestead Life with Ginny and Allison. Hi, Ginny.
Hi, Allison. How are you?
Good. That was our first ad. Yay!
It went off without a hitch.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Well, I feel like we haven't talked in a very long time, so I'm probably going to forget like half the things that occurred between the last time we spoke and now. But let's see. So I finally cleared out all of our maple syrup stuff because I pulled the taps quite a while ago, but all the stuff has been just like in the yard and all around. So I finally got that all cleaned up and put away. So now we're in spring. It finally feels like spring here. We did get some late snowstorms that caused quite a few power outages and many days of lost power. So that wasn't fun. We didn't get much snow during the winter, but we sure got a lot in April. But it's now melted and it's full on mud season. So that's enjoyable. Let's see. I had my first really, really sick chicken, which was a sad but good learning experience. We did lose the chicken, so that's my first loss from my original flock from an illness, which I feel like I've had them for 3 years. I've had really good luck, I feel like, with their, health and all that. So unfortunately it was bound to happen. But
yeah, that's pretty good. 1 chicken in 3 years.
Yeah. So, and now I'm staring at her sister because her sister's looking not great either. And they're the same. Obviously, they're the same kind. So I'm like, I don't know how much longer she'll be with us. But the one got really, really sick very fast. Well, I guess they hide, their illnesses until they're pretty ill. So she probably had something going on for a while, and I just didn't know. But
do you know what it was?
No. Well, at first I thought she was egg bound. So I was treating her for that, but I don't think that that's what it was because she lived too long without passing the egg for it to have been what the issue was. So I don't know. Her whole abdomen filled up with fluid, and her skin was all purpley from where the fluid was. So I don't know if there was some sort of internal bleeding happening. So she was she could only stand straight up and down like a penguin. Because her bottom half was too heavy. She couldn't lean forward to stand like they normally could. And she could only stand for 30 seconds until she had to lay back down. She wouldn't eat, she wouldn't drink. So I was giving her stuff with a syringe, Nutrigen, and just trying to get something in her to try to kickstart some activity. But it just... She was just laying in a corner in a dog crate in my bathroom for 3 days. So I'm like, okay, this is, we're not doing good here. This isn't a good quality of life. So unfortunately she had to, so she didn't make it. But it was a good learning experience, at least, because I was on the chicken forums asking questions. I did kind of stock up my stash of medications and things like that if something ever happens in the future again, which I'm sure it will eventually. So, an unfortunate thing, but that's how we learn. So,
yes, definitely unfortunate.
Oh, and a good thing that we did was we bought a bunch of raised garden beds, the metal ones, to put in the front yard because I'm not going to have my garden on the hill anymore because we have other plans for that area eventually. So now the whole portion of the front yard is covered in metal raised beds. So that's very exciting. I'm going to start getting them filled this weekend. I'm going to fill a lot of them with sticks and yard debris so I don't have to get as much soil and such, leaves and all that jazz. Yep. So, that'll be exciting. My meat birds are coming soon. I think next week.
Okay.
So, what about you guys?
So we worked... I think we talked about it briefly in one of our previous episodes, our last episode. Randy and I were working on the woods cabin, insulating it. So It's not 100% done. It's still up for, it's available to be rented out for a farm stay. It's not 100% done.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much warmer in there as far as winter goes. So it's insulated. So it'll stay warmer in the winter, and it should stay warm or cooler in the summer. So it's not as drafty as it was, which is great. Mud season, what is this, 5.0? The fifth time we had mud season. We spread some gravel. Randy made a little gravel path out to the cabin so that campers can get through. They have to walk because taking a car out there it's tearing up the earth rather horribly. So that's going to take a while to recover. Maple season ended abruptly.
Yeah.
It was really weird maple season this year. I think all over the place, like even Canada. And we are also making raised beds. We are basically they're kind of hybrid raised beds. So they're going to have wood trim. It's painted white wood trim, and then we're using old metal roofing for basically the wall of it, but it'll be trimmed out in wood. And I want to do the same thing I'm going to go across to the woods and get some larger, not logs, but larger branches and stuff to put in the base of it, to kind of fill it in, because that's a lot. And it'll decompose and add nutrients to it. So, yeah, been working on our farm event schedule. We had our April Veterans with Goats event, and then we're doing a Mother's Day goat cuddling event, which I need to get better about advertising. And there's Storm.
That'll be really cute.
Yeah.
The Mother's Day thing.
Yes. Our visiting goats have gone back to their farm, and we're expecting goats to start kidding the beginning of May.
Oh, okay. So right around the corner.
Yes. Right around the corner. And yeah, we'll be having company coming. And yeah. We'll talk about that offline. So, yeah.
Have you guys gotten meat birds yet?
We have not gotten meat birds. So, we've talked in the past in one of our chicken episodes before that we were planning on going to Tractor Supply Easter, like Good Friday.
Yeah.
Because they put their birds on sale, so they don't have to be there over Easter weekend. Well, this year, Tractor Supply decided to have all of their stores open on Easter. So, they made all of their employees... They made their employees work over Easter, which I think is sad. Not so much about the birds. It's like, yeah, whichever. We have not gotten meat birds yet. We're going to get some... We're probably only going to do about a dozen meat chickens because we still have meat chickens from the last batch available. But we are going to do turkeys. So we have to get some turkeys ordered. Cool. And I don't think we're going to get any new laying hens this year because we are getting about 18 eggs a day.
Oh, nice. That's a lot.
It's a lot of eggs, and Randy's selling them at work. I mean, so we sell them, and campers buy them. We still have a lot of eggs. So. Oh, and I did donate 4 eggs to a friend's daughter for their high school class. They're incubating 4 duck eggs.
Oh, cutie!
So I'm hoping she's going to send me some pictures. That was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
2 weeks ago. It's been at least 2 weeks, and the last message I got from her, they're all showing growth. So.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
How long do duck eggs incubate for? Is it the same as a chicken? It's
right around the same.
Okay, because I think chickens are 21 days, if I remember correctly.
Yes, chickens are 21 days. It may be a day or two longer for duck. I feel like I need to Google this right now. Or go to Lisa Steele's website. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be cute for the kids if they hatch. That's awesome.
Yes. I don't know what their plan is once they hatch. Like,
right,
if they're going to keep them or what. Oh, I was wrong. So 28 days for duck
Okay.
eggs.
So like a week longer.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, they're bigger, so they got to cook longer.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah. And things are turning green here. Dandelions are blooming. I told you my bees left, right?
Yes.
My bees left, but I'm getting new bees at the end of the month.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, we're finally green here too. All my daffodils are up and my tulips are popping up. So
Nice.
irises are starting to come up. So all the fun flowers here.
Yes.
Very much looking forward to it.
All the prettiness. I love. So, okay, what's your favorite season?
That's tough for me. I don't know, because they all have like different things that I really love about them. Like
Okay.
I just love the first green after the long winter and just seeing the new everything starting to emerge. But like weather wise and just like the amount of daylight and everything, summer is my favorite season. So just
Okay.
because I just love being outside in the summer, you know.
Yes. Yes. So
So,
mine
and
is
then I also
spring.
love fall.
Yeah. Fall and winter. I mean, the first snowfall is gorgeous, but my favorite season is spring because of all the reasons, like the trees budding and blooming, and the grass
Yeah.
turning green. And I used to hate winter in New York until I met Randy.
Oh, really?
Yep, I despised winter in New York. It was like miserable.
Yeah, I'm
And then
not a fan of.
Randy came into my life, and winter changed. It's not my favorite season, but it's not so dull and drab and anymore. So,
Aw,
that,
that's
yeah,
sweet.
that face will be a good. YouTube decides what to put as the intro picture. The face I just made will be great.
That'll be the one, the thumbnail.
The thumbnail. Whew, figure out words.
That's funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, do you want to get into our topic?
Absolutely.
Okay, and I
And
was going to ask you if you've started your seeds or if you've started any seeds, and that's what our topic is about today is seed starting.
So I have gotten to the point in my life. So let me back up. I went through a phase in my life where I did not want to purchase any plants. I wanted to start them all from seed. I love seed starting. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm at a point in my life where if I'm not putting it directly, if I'm not direct sowing it, I'm going to buy them. I'm going to buy the starts. We have an amazing greenhouse just up the road from us. Actually, we have several amazing greenhouse nursery type of businesses around this area, but I'm really looking forward to Soggy Oak Acres opening, and then getting some more perennials from, my mind just went blank, from Ort Family Farm. So, yeah.
Cool. I did start my seeds, and I'm actually a little worried about them. Some of them because I sowed them, and then we lost power for 3 days, and it was very cold. So
Yeah.
some of them, like the tomatoes and the peppers, which really need warm soil,
Yeah, they do.
are looking a little sad. So I'm hoping they didn't get stunted. I'm gonna give them like another week, and then if they still don't look like they're progressing, I'm just gonna start them over again. So
Yeah, that's rough.
Oh, go ahead.
Running
Yeah.
power is rough. Yeah, Soggy Oak. I love their starts. Their tomatoes are awesome, and they have a wide variety.
Yeah,
so if I start seeds, I'm gonna want to start a whole flat of one kind. And it's like I don't need that many. I just need a 6-pack of this and a 6-pack of that, and yeah.
Yeah, that is the thing. You do end up with a lot more than what you need because you don't know if they're all going to germinate, first of all. So it's not like you're just going to start 2 and be like, well, I only want 2 of this. But like, you don't know if those 2 seeds are going to germinate or how they're going to start growing. So you need to, so it does take up quite a bit of space. I have tried, or I've tried somewhat, some years better than others, to sell my extra starts, like on my little cart that I put at the end of the driveway with my eggs. And
Mm-hmm.
I did have this nice gentleman last year who I think bought a bunch of them out of pity for me because he saw me wheeling the cart out there every day. Someone buy these tomato plants.
Yeah.
So,
Are you going to
but
get
that
Luke to
is,
build you a new cart?
well, we'll see about that.
I've seen some really fancy ones on all the social media channels.
I've
selling.
sent him. I've sent him many ideas, probably of the
Okay.
same ones that you've seen.
Yeah. They're not just selling plants or fruit and vegetables. They're selling sourdough bread and all this other kind of stuff. I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because I want to do like eventually jams, jelly,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe different, like maybe herb salts or discard
Yeah.
sourdough crackers, maybe some cookies, eggs, obviously,
Yeah.
flowers. We'll see. These are all my big dreams. my big
Dreams.
dream of a roadside stand.
There's nothing wrong with that. We all have to dream somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. You could be dreaming of terrible things. So that's pretty
Yes.
awesome.
There's worse things that I could be dreaming about.
Yeah. So as far as direct sowing, what I plan to start is corn, carrots, sunflowers, cucumbers will direct sow, watermelon. I might end up buying some watermelon plants though. They usually take longer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Do you always direct sow your cucumbers?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I might be I might be confusing cucumbers with squash. So
Well,
we direct sow
'cause
squash.
okay. I've never direct sowed cucumber before, but they do
Mhm.
say the roots are really sensitive, like for when you transplant them. They don't like to be
Yeah.
disturbed. So I did start some, but I think I'm gonna also direct sow some to see like the difference in how they do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Oh,
try that this year.
I think that's a good plan. And yes, we do direct sow cucumbers.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
more
I'm also
yeah. I'm okay.
No, I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Well, it's hard to remember. Like, so
Yeah.
I am going to be, which is, I know is another thing we're going to be talking about. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let
Okay.
me talk about what I'm going to direct sow. So I'm going to do beans, like bush. I usually do bush beans instead of
Yeah.
whole beans. I
Yes.
find
Yeah.
that they produce better. And there's a specific type of bush bean that I really love. I've grown it for the past 2 years. They're called dragon tongue.
Oh.
And they're really cool looking. They're purple and like yellow, like a dragon tongue. Like if
Oh.
you imagine what a dragon tongue would look like.
Purple
But
and
they're
yellow.
yummy. They're almost like a wax bean.
Okay.
They're so yeah, like regular bush beans, and then those. I'm also gonna do some peas. I'll do snap peas, carrots, beets, radish, maybe some lettuce. We don't eat a ton of lettuce, so I might just do, a little bit. Definitely sunflowers, lots of sunflowers, marigolds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I haven't had good luck with corn, so I don't know. Do you guys do well with corn usually, or?
The areas we've planted it have usually done pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet corn. We've done sweet corn and popcorn.
Oh, fun.
So
That's cool.
I like doing the popcorn. I think we're gonna do both this year. We just have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fun. So
Yes.
what else are you growing that you're gonna be buying the starts of?
So I'm going to be buying starts of celery because celery is like 120 to 140 days.
Oh, that's a long time. Yeah.
Yes, and I think that's beyond our growing season. So I've
Right.
gotten celery from Jason and Gabby before, and it's been amazing. So celery, tomatoes, probably peppers, and then flowers, a variety of flowers. I'll usually get like a flat of marigolds from them.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year I'm thinking I might get some hanging baskets just to make it a little bit more decorative around the farm.
Fun. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Those are always fun to put together.
Yes. And then, so things have already started coming up in my herb garden. So like the comfrey is coming up. So if you want any more comfrey, let me know. And the horseradish is coming up. And the oregano is coming up. I haven't checked the asparagus. It should be coming up.
I actually have some little tiny asparagus shoots coming up, and I almost forgot that I put them there, and then I was like, what the heck is that? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's an asparagus. And then I was looking, and there's like other little ones. I'm probably going to have like 6 stalks of asparagus, but it's like,
Wait, how long ago did you plant?
I don't even really, I don't know. I don't really remember. Like, I vaguely remember getting like the little bare roots or whatever they were and sticking them in the strawberry patch. But I don't know if that was last year or the year before. I really can't remember. And it's never grown like that before. Like, so I'm like, wow, how cute. It's so adorable. Little poking up.
You're supposed to let it establish for like 2 to 3 years before you start picking it. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll pick one and just eat it. You like my coveted asparagus stalk.
Yes. Yes. Yay.
I don't have too much other coming up right now. It doesn't even look like any of my chives. Besides chives, I don't think anything else has come up as far as an herb or anything yet. So
my chives came up. They're looking great. My mint is starting to, but the doggone chickens.
Oh, they're eating it.
They keep scratching in it, so I put a wire mesh thing over the area where the mint comes up, so I'm hoping that deters them.
Yeah.
The peonies are coming up out front.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
For your onions, do you buy onion sets, or what do you do for onions?
We usually buy onion sets, and we'll buy a bag or two from typically Tractor Supply. Mm-hmm. Unless we find them, like if I find a bag of onions. There was one year that we bought them from a little farm stand in the next town over.
Okay.
So, and those worked out really well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I have to remember onions.
I haven't had a lot of success with onions in the past, but I'm hoping this new garden location will get a little bit longer of sunlight. So I'm hoping that this year will be a good onion year. I did order sets from Johnny's Seeds, a red variety and like a yellow variety. So
cool.
We'll hope.
Very nice. So it is the middle of April, basically. Mm-hmm. Right? Last year we had a frost the first week of May, which killed off all of the blooms on the fruit trees. Yeah. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen this year.
Right.
And we typically can't put things in the ground outside until after Mother's Day. Sometimes people even say after Memorial Day. This year the weather's been so weird. I don't know how that's going to work.
Right. Yeah, here it's usually Memorial Day weekend. I plant everything out. I mean, there's some stuff you can start, sooner, like the peas and things that are more like cold hardy, but, definitely not like tomatoes or peppers or anything like that. Can't go out usually before Memorial Day. Yeah. Although they did assign growing zones to everybody. So I think technically like my growing zone changed, but I don't know. I don't trust it. I'm still doing what I normally have done.
Okay.
So, because I'm in like a warmer growing zone now.
Last I knew, we were in 5B. I don't know if that changed.
That's what I used to be, but now I'm 6, and I don't know if it's 6. So I don't know.
6 is warmer.
You're right? Yeah. But
okay.
I don't know. I'm just going by what I've done in the past, and
stick with what you know.
Yeah. And this is actually the first year I'm going to be keeping records to actually know what I've done for sure. So.
Yes, you're keeping records?
Yes, imagine that.
So what are you using to keep your records, ma'am?
I made myself, which I did show quickly on some episode here. I
Okay.
just made myself Excel spreadsheets pretty much, and it just has like for the gardening. I don't have it right in front of me, but I think it's basically like the variety when I
Mm-hmm.
planted it out and how it performed.
Okay.
So if there's certain
Cool.
varieties that just don't work, I won't grow them
Mm-hmm.
again. Or if I note that I should have started this sooner or whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
I started it too soon, the thing was giant and I still couldn't plant it outside, just like things like that. So I'll know going forward a little bit
Okay.
better.
Yes. So you're
So
doing yours on an Excel spreadsheet. We have, I, I grabbed a notebook that we use for some things, but this is not the right notebook. Somewhere, I have a composition notebook that I keep the garden notes in.
oh, okay.
But then I got that planner from Jill Winger that
Hmm.
has an area for gardening and you know your vegetable harvest information. So we'll see.
Right. Yeah.
We'll see if I use that.
Yeah. I think it's helpful just at least for the variety and like how the variety did. Because like I'm not
Yeah.
going to remember next year. Like you think, oh, I'll remember that one didn't do good. No, you won't. You're
Yeah.
not going to remember.
So you said you started tomatoes. What
Yeah,
kind
so
of
I started
tomatoes?
a bunch of different kinds. So I do a bunch of different ones to like make sauce with, basically.
Okay. Like
So
Sano,
I didn't know there's some
Roma.
kind of Roma tomato, yes.
Okay.
And then there's one called Sunrise Sauce, which is like more orangey.
Okay.
And then St. Martin's
Saint Martin.
Roma. It's just like another kind of paste tomato.
Sounds
Yeah, I don't know, it's probably from Italy. I'm not sure. But
okay.
they're from Johnny Seeds. And then I have like and I also am doing like slicer ones just to eat throughout the summer because I love a tomato sandwich or whatever. So I grow ones called Mushroom Basket, which are really cool looking. It's like an heirloom tomato. And then I
Cool.
got a new one called Mountain Fresh that I've never tried before. And then I got some cherry tomatoes.
Okay.
So yeah, I
All
got
right.
those. And then I also started a bunch of different types of peppers, sweet peppers and hot peppers, like all sorts of different kinds. I have cabbage started. I have a lot of different kinds of pumpkins started, some watermelon. I did start some cucumbers, bunching onions. I started from seed. I'm like looking over at them, trying to like remember what's over there.
Hmm.
So,
I've never been
yeah,
very successful with starting onion from seed.
I've never tried. These are the little like they're called bunching onions, so it's just gonna
Hmm.
be like the littles and the seed. I mean, they look great so far. I mean, they're just
Cool.
like little strands of grass.
Yeah.
Basically, is what they look like. But
Cool.
so far, they look good. So we'll see how
Nice.
they transplant. Yeah.
You guys planted garlic in the fall, right?
No, we didn't because we thought we were
Okay.
gonna move, so I didn't plant it. So
Okay.
this is gonna be like the first year in a few years without garlic. So that's sad.
Yeah.
So no, no.
Okay. Okay.
And then I have my onion sets coming, and I have seed potatoes, so I'll be growing a lot of potatoes. So,
That was something I forgot to say. We grow potatoes too.
hmm
Gotta
oh
love
yeah,
fresh
that
potatoes.
that year when I was at your house and we harvested all those potatoes, you did
Yeah.
those. That was a lot of potatoes.
Yes. Yes. They're gone. They've been gone.
Yeah.
We've had to buy potatoes. So yeah. Yes.
Cool.
Yes. So we talked about. Oh, let's talk about your seed starting process since you're the seed starter now.
Yeah, so I mean it's pretty simple. I just have like a wire rack, just like a cheap like baker rack, wire rack or whatever from like Walmart. They're like $60. And I do have some heating mats to put the trays on just to get the
Mm.
seeds. So I have those, and then I have some grow lights that I've kind of accumulated over the years. I've just added one or two each year. And they're not super expensive at Home Depot. You can find them for cheaper. So, but that's like my little setup. And then to start the seeds in the past, I've used the solo cups, the plastic solo cups, and I've just like poked holes in the bottom. But this year, a lot of them, and I could save them, but a lot of them were kind of decrepit. They weren't really, they all cracked and whatever. You can only use them so many times. So I actually got styrofoam cups to use this year because that was a lot easier to poke the holes in. So,
Yeah.
and they were cheaper. So, because I got like a pack 100 for like $2. So,
Wow. That's awesome.
yeah, I know. So, yeah. And then I'll just pot them up into bigger containers as I need to. So,
Okay.
yeah, pretty simple, nothing fancy.
I don't know if you can hear it. Storm is snoring in the background.
Oh,
I don't
no.
think the mic's picking it up, but it's funny. It's like, what is that?
Yeah, she looks conked out.
Yeah, she was very excited when I got home from work today.
Aw.
Like, yeah. So, gardening goals for 2024?
I mean, my goal was to move the garden. So I have achieved that.
Yeah, your raised beds look amazing.
Yeah, so, did Luke post a picture?
He posted 2 pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I showed Randy, and he was like, "That looks nice." So
yeah,
you're feeling a little behind here, so.
Well, they're just empty boxes right now, so.
Yeah,
but
we've been painting the wood for ours for months now. So.
That'll look cute, though. That'll be really cute when they're done.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, we measured, like, with all the square footage of those boxes, that's 222 square feet. And then I'm still going to have my garden on the other side of the driveway, which I think I'm going to mostly do all my pumpkins over there and sunflowers and stuff on that side. And I'm going to make a trellis just out of like a cattle panel. So I'll have the pumpkins going up that. So in my mind, it'll be this magical tunnel I can walk down with pumpkins hanging all over the joint. We'll see what happens. Yeah, hitting me in the head.
You have to make sure you save your nylon so you can tie your pumpkins off so they don't break off.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Because they get big.
Yep. I had one grow like in between the little grid one time, and it was like this like crazy shape thing. I was like trying to like punch it out of the hole.
Give me my pumpkin.
So.
Yes. For us, the goals are to eat what we grow.
Yep.
Eat, harvest, eat, preserve.
Mm-hmm.
Not grow a bunch of things that we won't eat. That's our goal every year. It's like plant what we eat. Don't plant things we're not going to eat. Although Randy and I eat very different things, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to grow some lettuce this year because, salads and fiber and all that kind of lovely stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes. So where do you buy your seeds from? You already mentioned one place, but you can mention it again.
Yeah, so I kind of have a few different places that are like my go-to. So Johnny Seeds, I buy a lot from them. I also have used Baker Creek Seeds, Seed Saver Exchange, and there's also a company called Survival Garden Seed. So I kind of have like a mixture from all of those places right now. So
yes. Do you organize or store your seeds in any specific manner?
Yeah, I actually brought it in here so I could show you.
Are you one of those extremely organized people? You are.
So I have this thing that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it comes with all these little
boxes. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I use my label maker because I love using my label maker. So I have them organized. I have 2 of these filled with seeds.
Okay. So ours, I didn't bring ours out. Ours is just in a small tote. Like just randomly tossed. Well, I say randomly. They're rubber banded by like if there's a bunch of different types of peas or beans, they're all organized by that. The carrots or the herb seeds are organized by that. but they're all just they're in a tote loose. But I love what you did there. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. I love busting it out, and I'm like, ooh, it's just like.
So, are you a type A personality?
Maybe.
That's okay. That's cool. You're organized. That's important.
It's funny.
But
I'm
awesome.
organized in some ways, and then in other ways, I'm like not at all. It's so random. So.
Okay.
But.
All right.
Yep.
So for us, where we buy our seeds, Baker Creek, we have made purchases from Johnny Select in the past, Gurney's. I said Baker Creek. We've picked up seed packets at Walmart and at Tractor Supply. I'm not a huge proponent of shopping at Walmart. It's convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But again, I love going to the local nurseries and the local plant growers and seeing what they have.
Actually, I have in my cart for Azure Standard. That's where I buy like a lot of my groceries and stuff from. They sell seed starts. So I actually am trying some from them this year. I have a couple in my cart. So
Cool.
We'll see how those do.
I've made my first order from them last month. It was a small order. Yeah, I'm trying to think of. I ordered like dried peaches and dried apricots and a big, huge 5-pound block of cheese.
Yep.
And I ordered some salt with selenium in it for the goats and for Claire. I didn't get a lot. I didn't order a lot. I think my order was like $75.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I will probably order again. Depends. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
was your drop, was it busy? Was there a lot of people at your drop location?
There are like 5 people there.
Oh, wow, really?
Okay. I guess the truck normally gets there at 8 o'clock in the morning. And he was there at 7:30.
Oh.
The woman who coordinates it, she said she's usually there 15 minutes early. And he's typically there before she gets there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt bad because I was 5 minutes early. I was there at 8:05 and they were waiting on me. And I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm sorry."
Interesting. Yeah.
My first time, I had no idea what to expect.
30. Right. That's why. I said mine usually has 20 or 30 people at it. So it's hopping.
This one's fairly new. I think it's a new, within the past 6 months kind of drop, maybe a year. But you always, not necessarily you. I've seen people do their Azure hauls on YouTube and stuff, and it's always interested me. I think it's great products. I just don't know that I would order all the time from them. It's like I have to, if I need something, I need something. I can't wait till the end of the month to order it.
Right.
So
that's the thing. Yeah. So
yeah.
It's a bummer when I I'm used to using something from there and I don't know I need it, and then I get my order and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have whatever. I'm like, now I gotta wait till next month.
Yeah. Make a list.
I usually start my cart my cart's going as soon as I'm picked up my other one. So
Yes. Do you have resources? We're going back on topic. Shifting gears. Do you have resources where you would recommend people to go to learn more about seed starting and gardening?
Yeah, I have some. I should have grabbed it. I have a book by Monty Don. I believe it's called The Complete Gardener. That's a really good book. I feel like it's kind of, it's a beginner friendly book. And Monty Don he's like this English gentleman that I love. So that's a really good book to go to. He also has I believe he has a YouTube channel, so you can watch him there.
And he's got a fantastic accent.
Yes. I mean, other than that, if there's something I'm questioning, I usually just try to look on YouTube or what, So I don't really have a lot of garden specific people that I follow on Instagram really either. They're just kind of doing little bits of everything. Yeah. So. What about you?
A homestead type of thing. I don't really have people that I follow. This is not me, and this is not me bragging or anything. This is just a part of me. I grew up in New Mexico, and from the ages of 9 until 16, my parents owned a nursery.
Oh.
Um, so, so I'm not saying I know everything, because I don't know everything, but I have that experience. Like, so we started off with 5 hothouses of tomatoes. And by hothouses, I mean were they 30 feet wide by 80 to 100 feet long?
Oh gosh,
So
wow.
we grew hydroponic tomatoes. I love tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have that. And then they shifted over to bedding plants and then perennials later as they figured out what they wanted to do with the business. But yeah.
Well, that's
And
cool. That's a lot of like base knowledge.
yeah, one one year we were, childhood labor, woohoo! Started working at 9 for nickels. One year, I think I was in high school, middle school, high school. My best friend came over and we planted a bunch of portulaca. Are you familiar with portulaca? Rock plant.
No.
Oh, hold on. We got to mute. Maybe mute. Storm's back in. Hold on.
Storm maybe has something to say.
There's a helicopter.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. Yes. So portulaca rock plant. It's got these really cute little multicolored flowers. Well, it's a single colored flower, but there's multiple flowers, multiple colors of flowers.
Okay.
Anyway, it's one of my favorite plants. My mom asked us to plant like so many flats of it, and we planted like 100 flats of it. Yeah,
That's
a
funny.
little overkill. So yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't mean that many. So yeah.
Then they were on sale. No.
Yeah. It would be nice if we would have sold out that year. I don't remember what happened, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know we used to order seeds back in those days. They ordered seeds from Park Seed Company. And I think there was a Ball Seed Company too.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm going to have to Google
Like
that.
ball jar?
Yeah, for some reason that sounds familiar. But
I mean, it would kind of make sense because, hey, we sell the seeds, then you grow the stuff, then you use our jars to preserve it with. I mean, I don't know, kind of makes sense.
yeah. Yeah, no, it was Ball Seed Company. Ballseed.com.
Oh, cool.
Ballseed.com. It's not spelled the same way.
Oh, okay. So it's not ball like the ball people. Oh, okay.
Well, that's spelled the same way, but it doesn't have the same font as
Right. It looks different.
jar
Yeah.
company.
It's like not their logo.
Right. Yeah. They're probably not. Oh, burpee. Sorry, I'm scrolling. Stop scrolling. Put your phone down, Allison. Okay. They're probably genetically modified seeds or something. I don't know.
You're right. Right. Well, yeah.
Frankenseeds. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. So we talked about where we buy seeds. We talked about resources. And we talked about record keeping. Yay for record keeping.
Yes.
So we briefly talked about we're both going to grow sunflowers, but flowers versus vegetables. Do you have a preference?
Well, I like a mix of both. I definitely grow a lot of flowers. And some flowers are like edible, or you can use them for medicinal purposes and stuff like
Yes.
that. So, or they help with pest control. So,
Marigolds. Yep.
yeah. And they also attract pollinators. So they definitely serve a purpose other than just looking beautiful in the garden. So
Yes.
I definitely like to intersperse. I do a lot of calendula, which then I make calendula salve out of that. I really like zinnias, nasturtiums. I do a lot of those. Those are my favorites.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
And they're pretty easy to grow.
Yes. I do a
Do
lot
you
of
do?
marigolds around the garden just for
Mm-hmm.
pest deterrent. So yeah, all of the things that you mentioned, yes, I like. I also am a huge fan of sweet alyssum, the
Oh, yep.
pretty little puffy white, like yeah, pretty little white flowers. There's
Mm-hmm.
also purple alyssum. So yeah,
Yeah, I love,
yes,
yeah, they're just fun to have around.
yes, yes, and
So,
I love sunflowers.
yeah.
Sunflowers to me are just like the epitome of summer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Summer into yeah, love sunflowers.
I left all
Um,
mine up over the winter too. I just like let the stalk
oh,
stay, and I did notice a lot of birds like going and feeding off of them and stuff like that. Plus, it just there was something to still look at, like you know what I mean. It just wasn't like all flat and just dead.
yeah,
So it was nice to leave them out and just kind of have them and see animals going and visiting them
that's
throughout the
cool.
winter. I'll probably
Very
have a lot
nice.
of volunteer sunflowers. I'm
That's
guessing from doing that.
they'll be very strong sunflowers too, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
So,
that's something we direct sow too is sunflowers.
hmm yeah, I think that's another one they don't like to have their roots disturbed.
No,
So,
yeah.
and last year I grew a ton of chamomile in with my blueberries, and
Oh
I let
yeah,
those all just stuff. So I'm probably gonna have a lot of chamomile in the blueberry patch this year too, which I they're just pretty anyways. And then
hmm
you can make tea and other things with them. So,
yes. I have a chamomile patch in my herb garden, and I'm hoping I didn't ruin it because it
oh
self
yeah,
seeds.
yeah,
So
I remember you had a ton of it, a big giant thing of
mhm,
it. Yep.
yeah, it self seeds, but I put down a lot of sawdust in the garden. I'm just
Mm.
hoping that didn't ruin it.
I'm sure they'll make it through. There's so many seeds in with them. It's like
Yeah,
how I don't know. I'd be surprised.
yeah, yeah. All right. Are we going to do that special thing that you wanted to do?
Yes. So let me get my notes so I know what I'm saying. So very exciting. We're going to do a giveaway. This will be our second giveaway that we've done with the podcast. So we are not affiliated with this company in any way. They do not sponsor this giveaway. So don't ask them about it because they don't know anything
Correct.
about it. So we're going to be giving away. So Survival Garden Seeds, who I mentioned, is one of the places I get my seeds from. So they sell these like little kits that you can buy, and it just comes with varieties of seeds, for different stages of gardening or different, if you're just a home hobby gardener or whatever. So we're going to be giving away the home garden seed collection from Survival Garden Seeds. So that comes with 30 varieties, which is a mixture of veggies and herbs and some flowers. So they're all heirloom seeds, and each packet has instructions on how to seed save. So this is what the packet looks like. And then on the back, it's hard to see. It doesn't really focus, but
Yeah.
it says on here how to save these seeds. So theoretically, you really only need to buy them one time, and then you can just keep seed saving. And there you go. Then you just have seeds forever, seeds for days.
Or
So,
years.
yeah. So to enter to win the seed packet or the seed kit, just leave us a review on the Apple Podcast app, and then if you could just send us a message on our Instagram, Figuring Out Homestead Life, with the name of your podcast handle, so I know it's you, so that I can let you know you won. So we're gonna select one winner at random from all of the reviews on the Apple
Okay.
Podcast app.
So Apple, not
And
Spotify.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
Because I don't think you can leave an actual like wordy review on Spotify. It's just like stars. I
Okay.
don't think.
I don't know.
So I've never seen one. So I don't think you can.
Okay. We're
Yeah.
going with that.
Okay.
If
So
people know different, let us know. But
yeah, let me
otherwise,
know on if you are able to on Spotify, just message us on Instagram and let us know. But
hey, figure this out. Check. No,
yeah.
sorry.
So the deadline to enter is going to be May 10th, and we'll announce on the May 16th episode the winner, and I'll also notify you on Instagram that you have won, so you can give me your address so that I can mail the seeds to you. And just in case there's international folks listening, we are unfortunately restricting this to U.S. residents only for shipping purposes. So leave us a review on the podcast app, the Apple Podcast app, and you'll be entered to win. So, and it's not too late. A lot of these things can be direct sown. So depending on where you live in the country, you can still start them inside now. So
yes, you can also save them for next year. They will not lose their germination
rapidly. It's a really good, great little packet of seeds to get you started. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ginny.
So do you have anything else you would like to add, or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Bring on springtime.
Yes.
Get rid of mud season.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Shall you wrap it up?
All right. Yeah. So thank you everyone for listening. If you did enjoy this episode and if you would like to enter our contest, leave us a review. A 5-star review would be wonderful with a kind comment. That would be lovely on the Apple Podcast app or wherever you listen. We really appreciate it. You can find us on Instagram at Figuring Out Homestead Life. You can also find Allison at Ziggenbein Homestead on Instagram and on YouTube, where you can watch the video version of this podcast and see our little displays and things like this and our beautiful faces. And I am Mrs. White Homemade Life on Instagram, so please find us on all of the places. And we look forward to talking with you next time.
Bye.
Bye.